Have you ever been on a late-night ride, just trying to make some extra cash, when suddenly everything changes? What if that simple ride turns into your worst nightmare? This is the story of Aaron, an Uber driver who picked up the wrong passengers one fateful night. It was just supposed to be another normal shift, but instead, it became a night that would haunt him forever. It was just past midnight in downtown Chicago. The streets were eerily quiet, the hum of distant traffic the only sound. Aaron had just dropped off his last fare and was waiting for another ride request. The city around him felt alive, but something was off. The sound of a phone notification rings. The camera focuses on Aaron's face as he glances at the screen. Then his phone pinged. A ride request. It was a part of town he wasn't too familiar with, an area known for its deserted streets and shady corners. But it was a job and the pay was good. Car door creaking, muffled footsteps approaching. Aaron didn't think much of it at first. He drove to the pickup spot, a dilapidated street lined with empty stores. But then he saw them. Two figures, cloaked in dark hoodies, walking toward his car. They didn't speak, didn't wave. They just approached, slowly. The sound of the back door opening, the heavy thud of boots against pavement. They climbed into the back seat, one of them looking over his shoulder, as if watching for someone. They slid into the car, their eyes darting around like they were expecting trouble. The muffled hum of the car, breathy silence. Something was wrong. Aaron could feel it. The car was thick with silence, uncomfortable silence. He tried to make small talk, but the two men only responded with short, clipped answers. Their eyes, they were always watching him, shifting nervously. Just drive. Don't ask questions. Aaron did as he was told. His mind raced, trying to make sense of it all. But he couldn't. His instincts told him to stay calm, but his gut screamed that he was in danger. The streets grew darker as they drove deeper into the city. The buildings around them were old, abandoned. The sirens in the distance grew louder, and Aaron noticed a subtle change in the men. They stiffened, eyes wide, looking out the windows like they were waiting for someone, or something. The sound of a duffel bag rustling. Then he saw it. One of the men slowly unzipped a large duffel bag in the back seat. Just a glimpse, metal gleaming in the dim light. Watches, expensive ones. The kind that were stolen, the kind you couldn't get from just anyone. Aaron's heart dropped. He knew. These weren't just passengers. They were criminals. Shoplifters, maybe worse. His mind raced as his hands gripped the wheel tighter. What were they planning? Where were they taking him? The men exchanged whispers, their words unintelligible but urgent. Take the next left, and keep driving. The next left? Aaron didn't want to go down that road, but his options were limited. He had no idea what they were capable of. All he could do was drive and pray that he didn't make a wrong move. The left turn led him down a narrow alley. The buildings on either side looked like shadows. The air grew colder, and the tension inside the car was suffocating. He could barely breathe. Every second felt like an eternity. The men start whispering urgently. One of them reaches for something in the bag. Suddenly, there was a shift. The men were no longer quiet. They were tense, something was happening. Aaron could feel his heart pounding in his chest. He had to get out of there, and fast. Without warning, Aaron slammed his foot on the gas. The car shot forward, racing out of the alley. The men yelled behind him, but Aaron didn't dare look back. His eyes were fixed on the road, his mind only on one thing: escape. He didn't know if they were following. He didn't know if he'd make it out alive. But he didn't stop. Not until he saw the flashing lights of the police station in the distance. Police sirens wailing, heavy breathing, the car's engine slowing down. Aaron pulled up to the police station, his hands shaking. The two men were nowhere in sight. But the weight of what had just happened still hung in the air. He hadn't just picked up random passengers. He had unknowingly become part of a much larger crime ring. The sound of police officers moving swiftly, their voices faint but urgent. The police caught up with the suspects later, and what they found was chilling. The stolen goods were just the tip of the iceberg. Aaron's ride had been a part of something much darker, and he had narrowly escaped. Aaron will never forget that night. Every time he picks up a new rider, he wonders, who will sit in the back seat next? What secrets are hiding just beneath the surface? Be careful who you pick up, because sometimes the most dangerous passengers are the ones you least expect. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more chilling tales. And remember, sometimes the night is darker than it seems.